It's a good gig if you can get it. Like, it's absolutely advice I give to people who practice the idea of covert entry in the field. Just for those of you this isn't quite your whole forte, let's talk about covert entry. Here is an example of just a really, really basic attack, right? Like, you might think that like overt destructive entry is never allowed on jobs. You'd be wrong. Like, this is me in a construction outfit with my partner Rob, and we're just drilling a lock out of a door because we were advised by the client to go loud because we hadn't been caught yet on this job. And I'm like, all right, get the hammer drill out. And like, this is midday. First position. We can have very specific, very regularly spaced intervals of cut. And manufacturers have bidding charts, and locksmiths can reference bidding lookup charts. Let's do some math right now. This first cut, which value does it look like it corresponds to? Which bidding value? Shout it out, I can't hear you. Yeah, that looks like a 2 to me. How about the next one?
3.
Yeah, I like that for a 3. Moving down the line, looks pretty similar, right? We got another 3. How about the next cut here? 030 is what? It's another 2. Finally, some variety. We got a little something different. 248. Who's that? Yeah, we're marching along down this whole key, not taking a lot of time, right? What's the last depth, by the way? It's a 3. There we go. That's the whole bidding. Keys are on the table, and they're on a phone call over here, and you're not really taking the key away from this person. Yeah, getting a photo and then using these little lines, which, by the way, love you. Here you go. They're all for free. We used to just give them to our students, but I just threw them online. So it goes down from there. Is this a 0? No. 1, 2, 3. What is this first cut? Yeah, it's a 5. What's the next cut? Is it blue or gray? It's blue, so it's even. What's the next cut? 2. Right on. This is feasible shit that any one of you can do. And you can crank out a key, again, from a terrible photo. We can then take this bidding data and generate 88. Well, if I turn this key sideways, does that look like a direct or indirect code? Yeah, that does not look like 3188. That's clearly a blind code. But I mentioned lookup tables, right? Lookup tables, master locksmith references, are resources that exist. So if we just punch code 3188, okay, yep, series found, 6136, key cuts. Really? Does that maybe look like 6136? Yes, it does. Thank you, master lookup table. But of course, this is stamped on the key. Like, if I have the key, I could take a photo and I could copy it. I could do a lot of things. It would be much worse if it was stamped on the lock. Oh, shit, it is stamped on all the locks. Okay. Whoops. You can dump those pins out. That is your bidding value right there. You can measure these pins with the calipers just like you measured the blade of the key. If you get a nice big locksmith's pin, here are all of my key pin values. Well, if I take my pins and my calipers, what does this first pin look like? Yeah, that's a 2 value. How about the next one? 0.2010. What is that? A 3. How about the next one? There, I line up to the depth and position, punch. I move over, okay. What's the next position on the key? The next position is the second position. Okay, move over to that. What is my depth? Okay, my depth is 7. Dial my needle arm over to 7. It is like unscrew-upable. And it has all the same results as the much bigger, much more complex, like Futura machine or any of the big machines that you would see. Scenario is molded cast. Remember I mentioned that you could clay cast the key for information and take that information away? That's not the only thing you can do with the clay kit. And if you see on the table here, I don't know if we'll have time for it during Q&A or not, or over later on. I brought clay, I brought the mold. We can absolutely take this little cup of metal. It's like you're in Wild West, right? You're making like shot for a rifle, except you're not. What you're doing is using a little hot cup of metal, melting a little Woods metal ingot. You get this little metal slurry, you pour it right into your clay mold. Pop out a fully working key.